Yo, it's first time being to the channel. Leave a like and subscribe and follow the Instagram. We finna get into this Chud the Builder copycat. And let's get straight into it. Come on. Right.
The Builder case is
He
more
got a
viral
dick
than
accent.
ever, and everyone seems to be sitting
Boston,
in
maybe?
anticipation of what's gonna happen next. And according to a man on Instagram, he might beat this entire case after the arrest report was just made public. But that isn't all we're gonna cover in this video. Apparently, allegedly, there was a Chud the Builder
Detroit?
copycat.
Oh, you gotta be
in
dumb
Detroit
as hell to
of
try some
places
stupid shit like this
who
in Detroit.
attempted to
Them
do
niggas out
the
there
same
get
thing
active.
by
Anything
going
for the
up to
clout.
people and saying racist things, and he got smoked. Quick pause, because this might actually help you.
No, nigga.
If
I've
you've
never
ever
needed
needed
that.
access to your money before payday, there's a banking app
Never
called
needed
Current.
that, brother. No. Come on, let's get straight to the
After you
copycat.
complete those steps, free speech, he should be able to say it without getting killed. That's more so the main thing everyone is pushing behind the defense of Chud the Builder. Now, with almost 300,000 followers, Ian speaks his mind, and he comes with what he believes are facts. And I'm going to show y'all some of his videos.
Chud the Builder had to shoot a man in self-defense after he was slammed to the ground and this man tried to take his gun. His name is Joshua Fox. He's a 33-year-old black man. He'd previously been arrested for trying to kill his wife with a screwdriver. He was beating his wife. He called up random people with multiple different phone numbers and threatened them, and he tried to burn down a building full of people. Joshua Fox started this confrontation, calling Chud the Builder over, insulting him, aggravating a situation. Chud the Builder de-escalates and actually walks away. This man follows him, then assaults him, slamming him to the ground, which is seen on video. Joshua Fox lived. He is fine. American blacks believe that if someone says a mean word, they can do whatever
okay,
they
so
want.
first off, that's a little bit different than the situation I had heard that happened. So what I had heard had happened was Chud the Builder had walked up and said something antagonizing to him, and then the man had followed him and tried to escalate the situation. But anyways, he's saying that American blacks think that you could harm somebody after they say a word. Gang, if you disrespect somebody, and you know, they physically respond, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna be mad at that. Like I said, I could think of a million situations where you going out of your way to be intentionally disrespectful would warrant a violent response. It happens. Just don't be intentionally disrespectful to people, gang. It's not that hard.
From what I read about Joshua Fox, was he held the
Right, the story was different from what I heard.
He never stabbed her or attempted to stab her. And at one point, he attempted or threatened to burn the apartment complex with an aerosol can, which is like basically holding a fucking, I don't know, like a Febreze can or something with a lighter. Realistically, you're not going to burn down anything with that. But that's what he was arrested for.
Right.
So it wasn't that he brutally beat his wife and attempted to stab her. No, but he did catch a domestic case. I don't know if he was convicted of it or just arrested, but that's the reality of what it was. Now, obviously, if you have a guy like Ian, who's 100% on Chud's side, he's going to be biased to some
Sounds
degree.
good,
like a
right.
lawyer, he's going to make the other guy sound terrible and make his client sound better. So we have to look at both sides of the situation from an unbiased perspective. But Ian's about to come with some fucking facts, and a lot of people aren't gonna like it. And to be real, you can't get mad at facts. You can't feel disrespected by the truth, because what he's about to show you is actually what happened.
They can even murder them.
I'm gonna kill this bud. Him and his girl.
In 2021, a Dunkin' Donuts employee, Corey Pujols, murdered an...
This happened in Tampa. I'm gonna pause it because it quickly switches. But Corey, who was working at Dunkin' Donuts, he was called a slur by an old white guy. He punched him, and when the guy fell and hit his head, he died.
An elderly man for saying a racial slur, and many people argued that it was justified. You don't even have to say...
I was 18. I had to grow up pretty fast.
This guy, I think this was in Italy. I forget the exact country, but this is an American right here on the left. And he mistakes what this man said for the N-word. If you go and watch the stream, he definitely didn't say the N-word. So he basically demands he apologize or he's gonna slap him. And this dude doesn't even know what the guy's talking about.
No, you do speak. You said my. I heard you say.
No, I mean, it's
you got
short.
5 seconds to apologize.
No,
slap you open hand.
In fact, there are many black people who commit murder and get off on a technicality because their IQ is too low, or they actually murder this person. They're convicted for it, like the 2 murderers.
Okay, this is what I'll say about this. This is what I'll say about this, right?
To 6 months, and the murderers.
If you're in a situation where you feel as though someone disrespected you, you try to clarify, and then like they made it clear that that wasn't their intention, then that's one thing, right? If you're in a situation with an elderly man, he disrespects you, he calls you a slur, and he's intentionally trying to, and you slap the fuck out him, and he falls and dies, I get like, I get you want me to feel bad about that. But the situation is just don't disrespect people. How do you stop that situation? Just don't be disrespectful. Like, I get you want me to feel bad for that, but I just simply don't. Do I personally think that like killing somebody because they disrespected you is right? No. But like if someone disrespects you and then you face a consequence for that, I'm not gonna like go out my way to be like, oh my god, you shouldn't have did that. Like, nah, you should have disrespected that nigga. I'm sorry, like if it's intentional.
Valerie Schwab, who got 5 years probation. Emily Chapa, academics, Stack Swopo, and others basically called for him to be murdered.
I want him to continue.
You want something violent to happen.
Somebody don't.
Shit funny.
Stags Wapo.
Somebody smacked the shit out of him.
Says the craziest thing. So you can't really take his word for it. As far as academics, I don't really agree with him saying that because you're calling for violence. And like I explained in
but that's not what academics was doing.
I'm not gonna call for
That's not what academics was doing. In the video, he was saying he doesn't inherently want something violent to happen. But he feels as though the dude is going out looking for problems, so he's encouraging a violent response. So give it to him. If he's going out looking for someone to react violently and he's pursuing that, why are we saying, oh, don't let it happen? Oh, no, fuck it. If he wants something violent to happen and he's purposely antagonizing people, let somebody smack the fuck out of him. How else is he going to learn? Consequences. The law ain't going to do nothing.
Willing to do myself. If you're not willing to be that crash dummy, don't call for it. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, what you speak into existence can always come back to you. You don't want to be held responsible for something like that. It's similar to the situations where I believe there was a girl on the phone with her boyfriend and she told him to...
Right, because she told consequences. Consequences. You told him to kill him. Yeah, it's consequences. Exactly.
For violence, especially in a situation you don't want anything to do with yourself.
Yo, this nigga Stacks is funny as shit.
How the fuck he's still alive?
Just so we're clear, people posted this man's address every single day. They stalked him. They were planning on murdering him. People were posting about how he should be murdered to a large audience. People murdered
what the dog
his
do?
dog.
Someone killed my dog.
They were threatening his entire family, and then he got arrested because somebody kicked him out of a restaurant, and then he was interrogated until 3 a.m. by federal agents.
These people took all my phones. Oh, you know, the FBI is...
And you would think after all that, you would have the common sense to say, maybe I should stop doing this, right?
Good morning. I'm tired of shit. I know you guys do this shit on purpose.
Federal agents took his electronics and froze his bank account and wiped his Apple ID.
I wake up the next day, I try to go to the Apple store to buy new phones because I don't even want the old ones back. Put a pager bomb in them, I don't even want them back, so I go to buy new phones at the store. Bank card won't work. Go to the ATM.
Oh, I'm blocking him in the corner.
Customer service on the phone with them. Hey, can you unlock our card? Doesn't work.
The Montgomery County sheriff that charged him and condemned him so harshly stopped posting inmate mugshots because his fat daughter was found guilty of aggravated abuse, abusing multiple children at a toddler daycare that they managed. This is what you're looking at. Sanctimonious bullshit from law enforcement, violent psychopaths who murder dogs and threaten your family, and you deal with criminal thugs who want to burn down buildings of people, assault their own family members, and murder random strangers. And you wonder, do they have the moral authority to try to condemn somebody like this?
The ramifications of that, even if I'm exonerated in trial for something
Right.
like that, the world would never be the same, and my world would never be the same. In not a good way, not a way that I'm looking forward to. I do not want nothing like that to happen. I don't want to.
The credit records. Meet Max Out, king of spin.
Chud brought all of this onto himself.
And also, I just want to also make this clear. I hate when we have these situations and we act like it's the majority of black people that are these criminals trying to. No. It's a small minority that's trying to get at him. And again, I don't know if I morally think that's wrong. Maybe kill him's a little bit far though.
By apologizing,
it's really far.
Or just stopping what he was doing entirely. So it's like, if you take gas and pour it onto a fire, eventually you're gonna get burned, because what you are doing has the potential to harm you, and you're continuing to do it in the name of free speech. I should be able to piss.
And by the way, that's not what free speech is for.
Now,
free speech is for us to be able to speak up against the government, not for us to go around pissing each other off. That's just like that's such a stupid ass reason to say I'm doing this for free speech. You're just intentionally being an asshole.
There's low IQ amongst every race. If you go into a trailer park and start calling white people names that they don't like,
right,
you're gonna get met with the same type of aggression as going into a black neighborhood and calling them things you shouldn't be calling them.
I knew he had a Boston accent.
Particularly is one of the few places where there are still white ghettos and white people inside of the projects, where shamrocks were spray painted on the project walls. I'm pretty sure they done knocked down Old Colony, but before they did that, there was shamrocks, Irish clovers painted on the walls, because those project buildings were Irish. You weren't walking in there calling those white people derogatory white names. It wasn't gonna go like that. You're gonna get met with exactly what you're seeking, and you're gonna get your ass kicked, realistically. That's how those places were and always were. You're not gonna walk into a biker bar and start calling them this, that, and the third and expect not to get your ass kicked. So it's like, yeah, free speech, go for it, but you know what's gonna happen to you. So you can't take this situation and feel like, oh, Chud the Builder is a victim in this case. He brought on all of this shit to himself. Now, speaking from experience, now I just recently posted this video of this guy named Chud, and I think the video has almost 500,000 views on Instagram. We'll play it.
It's different. This man said, man, killers in Philly are different. This man said, I got 15 to 30 years for a third-degree murder. Hit that boy 26 times. Overkill. At least I got another chance at life. That boy in hell where he belong at. Free me.
Right, he's ignorant.
Do not do anything but free him. This man is in prison with Louis Vuitton trainers on tighter than I've ever seen before. He's ready to do it again. And he didn't even look happy when he was free. He's posing the same way, like he don't give a fuck about life. And I know the gangsters gonna be in the comment section like, nah, free him. Yeah, alright. Free him and put him on your block. Let him stay with you.
But the comments I received in backlash of that video was, oh,
right, that's ignorant.
Oh, somebody
that's
didn't
ignorant.
do you like that. So someone needs to kill me because I said keep someone in prison that shows zero sympathy for what they did, is happy with a 15 to 30 year prison sentence, and is celebrating that the person they killed is in hell. But this is the self-defense update that I want to get into, in which he's claiming this could be the end of this case for Chud.
Huge update in the Chud the Builder case. Dalton Eatherly's affidavit of complaint has been made public. In the official affidavit, not a single word about Dalton uttering a racial slur towards Joshua Fox. Not a single word about him provoking the fight. Without provocation, Dalton's legal justification of self-defense is entirely intact. January 10th, 2026, 18 weeks before the Eatherly incident, Joshua Fox had commented on Facebook showing premeditation to fight Dalton to launch his Twitch streaming career. Even if we set the self-defense aside for just a moment, the affidavit fails to outline any actual crime. Let's look at the state's own words chronologically. Dalton Eatherly and Joshua Fox engaged in a verbal altercation. A verbal argument is not a felony. At most, it's a misdemeanor, disorderly conduct that would apply to both men. But neither of them have been charged with this. Mr. Eatherly turned his body in a bladed stance towards Mr. Fox and reached for his firearm. There's nothing unlawful about taking a defensive stance and preparing to defensively draw a weapon when you are facing an angry antagonist who has followed you, who is pressing into your face and yelling at you, who is making a threat of violence towards you. Thereafter, a physical altercation ensued. Notice the passive voice. The state does not claim that Dalton Etherly initiated this fight. If he had, you know that they would put that right here, but they didn't. What does that tell you? Joshua Fox initiated this fight, and the police and the prosecutor know this. The affidavit then states, Mr. Etherly discharged his firearm, striking Mr. Fox multiple times. Discharging a firearm and striking an attacker is a literal definition of self-defense. It happens thousands of times every single year legally. As you know, he struck himself in the wrestling match. They try to point out that there were bystanders and a ricocheting projectile hit a nearby wall. This is reckless. He's discharging a firearm. But if somebody is attacking you and you're trying to defend yourself,
doesn't have to be the same level of force though.
Statistics show that law enforcement officers routinely.
Okay, I want to go back to what he said initially in the beginning, showing the paperwork. Now, this is the affidavit. On May 13, 2026, at approximately whatever, Dalton Etherly and Joshua Fox engaged in a verbal altercation.
All right, but it doesn't have to.
It doesn't say that Chud said anything racist. It doesn't say that Chud did anything. Chud was clearly the victim.
That's what I'm trying to say. It don't have to.
Him. Well, it doesn't say that either. If we're going to pay attention to the paperwork and add our own mix to it, we got to pay attention to what the paperwork says.
Right. It doesn't say who started it.
They were engaged in a verbal altercation. So that doesn't clarify if Chud was being racist or not. It doesn't clarify what was said. Then it states, during this verbal altercation, Mr. Etherly, aka Chud, turned his body in a bladed stance towards Mr. Fox and reached for his firearm. Therefore, a physical altercation ensued. Now, Ian said out of his own mouth, Joshua Fox is the one that approached Chud and popped off this whole shit. But the paperwork doesn't say that. So you can't take, it doesn't say Chud was racist.
And also, like I said, I want to point out, it has to be an even level of force. Like, just because a dude's about to fight you doesn't mean you inherently can just pull your gun out and shoot him. Like, you have to fear for a real threat to your life there. Even if it did go down the way he does, that doesn't mean it's going to be a self-defense.
Joshua Fox is the one that approached him. Well, the paper doesn't say that either. So you have to look at this from an unbiased perspective. The details really aren't even there. So do I think he's going to beat this case just based off of that affidavit? No, because they're going to take into consideration all of the witness statements. They're going to bring in all of the officers as witnesses. They're going to look at all of the video that's been presented. From what I saw in the video, they were already on the ground. I haven't, maybe someone can send it to me. I haven't seen the video of before the fight happened. Usually people don't start recording until it actually pops off. You know what I mean? So for him to throw out, it doesn't say this happened, but we know this happened, that's as bullshit as the reverse. You can't add your own shit to it. Details are clearly missing in this case.
Conference final, time to lock in.
Now, Willie D, one of the members of the Ghetto Boys, a legendary rap group out of Houston, would talk about a post made by Detroit AI, Dax News, etc., in which it's titled, Chud the Builder copycat Chad the Antagonizer dies after targeting elderly black women on live stream. And if we take a look at Willie D's comments, that was quick, grand opening, grand closing. Play deadly games, win deadly prizes. He fucked around and found out nothing of value was lost in Detroit of all places. They need to stop playing with us. Judgment came swiftly. It's time to tool up. Just won't leave us alone. They better stop playing with us. Right on, right on. The attention they are getting is not the attention they were expecting. We keep saying, leave us alone. The ancestors have said, not today, Satan.
Yeah, this is a bit much somebody to death. Yeah.
Are more so celebrating someone got smoked for trying a black woman, right? If we go to the post, it states a horrific confrontation at a Joy Road gas station left 21-year-old live streamer Chad the Antagonizer dead after what police say began as a racist social media stunt inspired by controversial creator Chud the Builder. Witnesses say Chad approached 75-year-old Pauline Barnes while she was pumping gas, called her Mammy and Aunt Jemima before turning his attention to her grandson Douglas Barnes. During the live stream, Chad allegedly yelled, "Don't be a lazy blank. Why aren't you pumping gas?" before mocking him to viewers by saying this blank is aping out. Police say Douglas snapped, knocking Chad unconscious before allegedly dousing him in gasoline.
See, that's too much.
Fire with a cigarette.
That's too much.
Quickly spread.
That's too much. I don't know.
It doesn't take long to realize that the story is bullshit. Dax News
Oh, it's
makes
bullshit. Okay.
satire, crazy.
I was gonna say that's
stories.
psychotic.
It's all fake. And he doesn't present them as real. He lets people know, like, yo, these are made up stories. These aren't real. I post these things. But there's danger in that, right? Because if you look at the comments section, I hope this is a true story.
Yeah,
Brother
that's
Douglas
a little
and
bit
Sister Pauline
psychotic.
did the world a huge favor. Great day when hate dies. Waka Flocka even clapped and liked this, you know? Waka Flocka. Waka Flocka, who has a degree, who literally just sat down with Jake Paul saying, oh, why do you think it's okay to do blackface?
Right.
And Jake Paul was like,
It
oh,
isn't.
why is it okay for Drewski to do
Free
whiteface?
to say, it's
Waka
kind of weird.
is clapping in applause of this situation. Gonna be a lot more stories like this that they
Yikes.
keep playing around. Where's his grave? I'll piss on it. All these people are celebrating this when the whole time, this whole page, they'll say
Right.
it finally happened. If you know it was just a satire story Dax News made because you knew it would get views. So basically he is admitting, yo, the video was fake, or the post was fake, but you're trying to profit off of it, whatever, right?
It perpetuates stupid shit.
Well, the danger in creating the fake post
Right.
is all the people in the comments that think it's real and think that there's some form
Okay.
of uprising.
We
and,
heard enough
a
of what
white
he's
guy
talking
got
about.
killed. It's crime. It's this, it's that.
The story's fake, but tell me what y'all think about the Chud the Builder defense case in the comments. Tell me if y'all think he's wrong, right in the situation, or what y'all think is probably going to be the verdict of the court case. Anyways,